Imagine this. You're watching a movie in English, and suddenly the characters start talking fast, really fast, and you catch maybe 30% of it? You pause, you rewind, you listen again. Still confusing. Now here's the question. What if the problem is not your English, but the way you're listening?
Oh, wow. That already feels personal because I've done that so many times. I literally thought maybe I'm just bad at English listening.
And that's exactly what most learners believe. But today, on Talk Easy Daily, we're going to challenge that belief because real English conversations are not designed for learners. They're messy, emotional, fast, and full of hidden patterns.
Wait, hidden patterns? That sounds interesting. Like there's a system behind the chaos?
Exactly. And once you start noticing those patterns, your listening improves faster than you expect. Not slowly, but suddenly.
Okay, now I'm curious. Because right now when I listen to native speakers, it just feels like noise sometimes. Like I hear words, but I don't understand them.
Let me ask you something, and I want you, the person watching right now, to think about this too. When you listen to English, are you trying to understand every single word?
Oh, I definitely do that. I try to catch every word, and when I miss one, I panic.
That's the first trap, and it's a big one. Because real conversation doesn't work word by word. It works idea by idea.
Wait, so you're saying I shouldn't focus on every word?
Not at all. In fact, trying to understand every word can actually make your listening worse.
That feels so wrong, but also kind of relieving.
Good, because today's episode is going to completely change how you approach English listening. And here's what makes it different. We're not just explaining, we're going to simulate real conversations, break them down, and show you exactly what your brain should be doing.
Okay, I like that. So it's not just theory, it's like training.
Exactly. And as you watch, I want you to do something important. Don't just listen passively. Ask yourself, what did I understand? What did I miss? And why?
Ooh, that's interesting. It turns listening into a kind of game.
Yes, and that shift alone can change everything. Because most people hear English, but very few actually analyze their listening.
That's true. I usually just feel frustrated and move on.
And that frustration is exactly what we're going to fix today.
Okay, now I'm excited, but also a little nervous because I feel like I'm about to discover I've been doing everything wrong.
Not wrong, just incomplete. And that's a much better place to start.
All right, so what's the first thing we need to understand?
We need to understand how real conversations actually behave, because once you see that clearly, everything else starts to make sense.
So basically, we're learning how English really sounds, not how textbooks teach it?
Exactly. And trust me, what you're about to hear might surprise you.
Okay, I'm ready.
And before we continue, quick question for you watching. When was the last time you actually enjoyed listening in English instead of struggling through it? Drop your answer in the comments, because by the end of this episode, that answer might change.
That's a bold promise.
It is, but I think we can deliver.
All right, let's do this.
Let's begin with the biggest illusion in English listening and why it's holding you back.
Wait, illusion? Now I really need to know.
Good, because this is where everything starts to shift. All right, let's start with something that might completely flip your perspective. Most learners believe that native speakers speak clearly, and they just speak fast. But that's not actually true.
Wait, what? If it's not speed, then what is it? Because it feels like speed is the problem.
It feels like speed, but the real issue is reduction. Native speakers don't pronounce words fully. They compress them, connect them, and sometimes even drop sounds completely.
Oh, like when going to becomes gonna?
Exactly. And that's just the beginning. Let me give you a quick example. Imagine someone says, "What are you doing?"
That sounds simple.
Now listen to how it's actually spoken in real conversation. "What you doing?"
Oh, wow, that does sound completely different.
And here's the key insight. Your brain is trained to recognize textbook English, not real spoken English. So when you hear "what you doing," your brain doesn't match it to "what are you doing?"
So it's not that I don't know the words, it's that I don't recognize them in their real form.
Exactly. And this is where many learners lose confidence. They think, "I studied this, why can't I understand it?"
That's literally me. I know the sentence, but I don't hear it.
Let's turn this into a quick challenge for you watching right now. I'm going to say a sentence the way native speakers actually say it, and I want you to guess what it is.
Ooh, I like this. Okay, I'm ready.
Did you eat yet?
Okay, I hear, did you eat yet?
Exactly. Now imagine hearing that in a fast conversation with background noise and no subtitles.
Yeah, that suddenly feels much harder.
And that's real life. Conversations are not clean. They're messy, emotional, and full of shortcuts.
So basically, English listening is like decoding a compressed message.
That's a perfect way to describe it. And once you understand that, you stop blaming yourself and start training the right skill.
Okay, this is already changing how I see things. But I have a question. How do we train for this? Because it feels overwhelming. Great question. And this brings us to the first major shift you need to make. Instead of trying to understand everything, you need to start predicting. Predicting? Like guessing? Not random guessing. Smart prediction. Your brain is actually very good at this, but most learners don't use it. Can you give an example? Sure. Imagine someone starts a sentence with, "Yesterday I went to..." My brain already starts guessing, like the store, the gym, the park. Exactly. That's prediction. And when you use it while listening, you don't need to catch every word. You're already prepared for what's coming. Oh, so instead of chasing the sentence, I'm kind of ahead of it. Yes, and that's how fluent listeners operate. They're not passive. They're actively predicting meaning. That feels like a superpower. It is. And here's a quick tip. Next time you watch something in English, pause after the first half of a sentence and guess how it will end. That sounds like a fun exercise, actually. It is, and it trains your brain to think in English patterns, not just words. Okay, but what happens when my prediction is wrong? Perfect. That's where learning happens, because your brain adjusts and becomes more accurate over time. So mistakes are actually part of the process? Not just part of it, they're essential. That's really reassuring, because I think a lot of people watching feel frustrated when they don't understand everything. And that frustration usually comes from unrealistic expectations. Let me challenge you again. Do you understand every single word when people speak in your native language? Actually, no. Sometimes I just understand the idea. Exactly. So why expect perfection in English? Wow, that's such a simple question, but it changes everything. And this is a pattern interrupt moment. Myth versus reality. Oh, I like this. Let's do it. Myth. Good listeners understand every word. Reality. Good listeners understand the message even if they miss words. And that shift alone can reduce a lot of pressure. I can feel that already. It's like I don't need to be perfect anymore. Exactly. Now let's go deeper. There's another hidden problem that affects your listening, and most people don't even realize it. Okay, now I'm curious again. What is it? Translation. Oh no, I knew you were going to say that. And I'm guessing you do it a lot. All the time. I hear something in English and I immediately translate it into my language. And that creates a delay. While you're translating the first part, the speaker has already moved on. Yes, that's exactly what happens. I feel like I'm always behind. Because you are. Translation slows you down. Real-time listening requires direct understanding. But how do I stop translating? It feels automatic. You don't stop it instantly. You replace it gradually. And here's how. Start associating English with images and feelings, not words in your language. Can you give an example? Sure. When you hear apple, don't think of the word in your language. Picture an apple. Oh, so it becomes more visual. Exactly. And over time, your brain builds direct connections. That sounds powerful, but also like it takes practice. It does, but the results are worth it. Because once you stop translating, your listening speed increases dramatically.
Okay, I have a question for everyone watching. Do you translate in your head when listening to English? Because I definitely do.
That's a great question. Drop a yes or no in the comments. We want to see how many people are experiencing this. And if you're enjoying this so far, don't forget to like the video, because honestly, this is already helping me.
And we're just getting started.
Wait, there's more?
Much more, because in the next part, we're going to break down real conversation patterns that will make fast English feel slower.
Okay, that sounds impossible, but I'm excited.
Good, because what you're about to learn next might be the missing piece you've been looking for.
All right, let's go deeper.
Let's make this real now. I'm going to simulate a natural conversation, the kind you might hear between two native speakers. No slowing down, no simplifying.
Okay, I'm a little nervous, but let's try.
Here it is. Hey, I was going to call you earlier, but I kind of got caught up with work and then totally forgot.
Okay, I caught some parts. I was going to call you, then something about work, and forgot?
That's actually really good. Now let's break it down. First, I was going to call you.
That's going to becoming gonna, right?
Exactly. Already reduced. Then we have I kinda got caught up.
That part feels tricky.
Because it's full of soft sounds. Kind of becomes kinda, and caught up blends together, almost like one word.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like two separate words.
And finally, totally forgot.
That part I understood.
Now here's the key question for you watching right now. Did you understand the story of the sentence, even if you missed some words?
I did. The person wanted to call, but got busy and forgot.
Exactly. That's successful listening, not perfection, understanding the message.
Wow, that feels like a big mindset shift.
It is. Now let's go deeper into something even more powerful. Conversation patterns.
Okay, this sounds important.
It is, because real conversations follow predictable structures. Not exact sentences, but patterns.
Like templates?
Yes, but more flexible. Let me show you one of the most common patterns in English conversation. I was going to do X, but Y happened.
Oh, I hear that all the time.
Exactly. For example, I was going to go to the gym, but I felt too tired. I was going to study, but my friend called me.
So even if I don't catch every word, I can recognize the structure.
Yes, and once you recognize the structure, your brain fills in the gaps.
That's actually amazing.
Let's turn this into a quick interactive moment. I'll start a sentence, and you, and everyone watching, try to finish it.
Okay, let's do it.
I wanted to go out, but...
It started raining.
Perfect. Now you try your own version. Say it out loud if you can.
That's such a good exercise. It makes you participate, not just listen.
Exactly, because passive listening is slow learning. Active listening is fast learning.
That line deserves a like button.
I agree. If this idea is helping you, go ahead and like the video. It tells us you want more content like this.
And honestly, it also helps more people discover Talk Easy Daily.
Now, let's introduce a pattern interrupt, something surprising.
I'm ready.
Fast English is not actually fast.
Wait, what?
It's connected. That's the real issue.
Explain that.
When native speakers talk, they connect words so smoothly that it feels like speed. But if you break it down, the speed is normal. The connection is what makes it hard.
Oh, so it's like one long word instead of many small ones?
Exactly. For example, did you eat yet becomes did you eat yet. What do you want to do becomes what do you want to do.
Wow, when you say it like that, it's almost unrecognizable.
And that's why training your ear for connected speech is essential.
So how do we train that?
One simple method, shadowing.
I've heard of that, but I've never tried it seriously.
Shadowing means you listen and repeat at the same time, not after, with the speaker.
That sounds hard.
It is at first, but it forces your brain to match rhythm, sound, and connection.
So it's like copying the music of English?
Exactly. Not just the words, the rhythm, the flow, the emotion.
I like that. It feels more natural than memorizing vocabulary.
Let me give you a mini challenge. Repeat this with me. What you gonna do about it?
What you gonna do about it?
Good. Now faster.
What you gonna do about it?
See? You're already adapting to connected speech.
That actually felt fun.
And here's the secret. Learning should feel like this. Engaging, active, a little challenging.
Not frustrating and exhausting.
Exactly.
Okay, I want to ask something that I think a lot of people are wondering right now. How long does it take to improve listening like this?
Honest answer?
Yes.
It depends on how you practice. If you just listen passively, progress is slow. But if you use techniques like prediction, pattern recognition, and shadowing, improvement can be surprisingly fast.
Like weeks? Months?
You can notice changes in a few weeks. Real confidence builds over months.
That's actually motivating. It doesn't feel impossible anymore.
It's not, but it requires consistency.
Okay, let's bring the audience into this again. How often do you practice listening in English? Every day? A few times a week? Be honest.
And if your answer is not often, that's okay. But now you know what to change.
Yeah, no judgment, just awareness.
Exactly. Now, before we move on, I want to introduce one more powerful idea.
Okay, I'm listening.
Listening is not just about sound, it's about context.
Context, like the situation?
Yes, who is speaking, where they are, what they're talking about, all of this helps you understand meaning.
So even if I miss words, I can still understand based on context.
Exactly. For example, if you're in a restaurant and someone says, "Can I get the check?"
You know they want the bill.
Even if you didn't hear every word clearly.
That makes so much sense.
Context is your safety net. It catches meaning when words fail.
I love that idea. It makes listening feel less scary.
Good, because in the next part, we're going to challenge you with more complex, real-life conversations.
Wait, more difficult than this?
Yes, but now you're ready.
Okay, I'm excited again.
And a little curious?
Definitely curious.
Perfect. That's exactly where we want you. All right, now we're stepping into a more realistic situation. This is the kind of conversation you might overhear in a cafe, at work, or even between friends on the phone.
Okay, I'm ready, I think.
Good. Just remember, don't try to catch every word. Focus on the idea. Here it is. I thought it was going to be a quick thing, but it turned into this whole situation, and now I'm not even sure what to do.
Okay, wow. That felt fast.
That's intentional. Now tell me, what did you understand?
Something didn't go as expected, like it was supposed to be quick, but it became complicated?
Exactly. That's the core meaning. Now let's unpack why this sentence feels difficult.
Yes, please, because my brain kind of froze halfway.
First, we have I mean. This is a filler phrase. It doesn't add real meaning, but native speakers use it all the time.
Oh, so I don't need to focus too much on that.
Right. It's more about tone than information.
That's already helpful.
Then we have I thought it was going to be a quick thing.
That part I kind of got.
Good. Now notice, going to becomes gonna. Again, consistent pattern.
Yeah, I'm starting to notice that more.
Then comes the key shift, but it turned into this whole situation.
That part felt blurry.
Because of stress and rhythm, native speakers emphasize certain words, turned, whole, situation, and reduce the rest.
So my brain should focus on the important words.
Exactly. Think of it like this. Every sentence has signal words, words that carry meaning.
That's such a useful idea.
And here's a quick pattern interrupt. Most learners try to hear everything, but fluent listeners focus on what matters.
That's a big difference.
Let's test this. I'll say the sentence again, but this time, just listen for the key words. I mean, I thought it was going to be a quick thing, but it turned into this whole situation, and now I'm not even sure what to do.
Okay, I hear thought, gonna, quick, but, turned, situation, not sure, what to do.
Perfect. That's the skeleton of the meaning.
Wow, that actually made it easier.
Because you stopped chasing every word and started catching the structure.
That feels like a breakthrough moment.
And if you're watching right now and you felt that too, this is your signal to keep going, because this is where real progress begins.
Also, comment breakthrough if that just clicked for you.
I like that. Let's see how many people are having that moment.
Okay, but I want to go deeper. What about when people interrupt each other? Because that always confuses me.
Great question. Overlapping speech is one of the hardest parts of real conversation.
Yes, when two people talk at the same time, I just give up.
And that's normal. Even native speakers sometimes miss things in those moments.
Really?
Absolutely. But here's the trick. You don't need to understand both voices. Focus on one.
Oh, I've never thought about that.
Your brain can only process so much, so choose one speaker and follow their message.
That already feels less overwhelming.
Let's simulate it.
Okay.
Person A. So I was thinking maybe we could... Person B. Yeah, but didn't you say you were busy?
Oh, wow. My brain immediately tried to follow both.
Exactly. But now try this. Ignore person A halfway and focus on person B.
Didn't you say you were busy? Okay, that's much clearer.
And you still understand the direction of the conversation.
That's such a relief.
Now here's a deeper insight. Real conversations are not perfect. They're full of interruptions, corrections, pauses, and emotions.
So if I expect clean sentences, I'll always struggle.
Exactly. That expectation is the problem.
This is kind of like learning to swim in waves instead of a calm pool.
That's a beautiful analogy.
Thanks. It just came to me.
And it's accurate. You're not training for perfect English. You're training for real English.
Okay, I want to ask the audience something again. Do you feel more comfortable with slow, clear English or real, fast conversation?
And be honest, because your answer tells you what you need to practice more.
Exactly.
Now let's introduce another pattern interrupt, something unexpected.
I'm ready.
Silence is part of conversation.
Oh, wait, what?
Pauses, hesitation, these are all part of natural speech.
Oh, like when someone says, I was, thinking maybe...
Exactly. And here's the interesting part. Those pauses actually give you time to process.
Oh, wow, I've never seen it that way.
Most learners ignore pauses, but they're incredibly useful.
So instead of getting annoyed, I can use them to catch up.
Yes, they're like breathing space in conversation.
That changes everything.
Now let's build a slightly more complex scenario.
Okay, I'm ready.
Imagine two friends talking about plans. So are you still up for tonight, or did something come up?
That means, are you still available, or are you busy now?
Exactly. Now the response. I mean, I was, but then my boss asked me to stay late, so I might have to cancel.
Okay, I got most of that.
Good. Now notice the structure again. I was, but then, so now.
Oh, it's like a story pattern.
Exactly. Beginning, change, result.
That's actually really helpful.
And once you start recognizing these patterns, conversations feel less random.
They start to feel predictable.
And that's the goal.
Okay, I feel like my listening is becoming more organized in my head.
That's a great sign.
But I'm also realizing something.
What is it?
I've been listening the wrong way for a long time.
Not wrong, just incomplete.
Right, incomplete. I like that better.
And now you're filling in the missing pieces.
This is honestly exciting.
Good, because in the next part, we're going to explore emotional listening, how tone and feeling affect understanding.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
It is, because sometimes what people feel matters more than what they say.
Okay, now I'm really curious.
Perfect. Let's keep going. Now we're entering one of the most powerful and most ignored parts of English listening.
Okay, I'm curious. What is it?
Emotion.
Emotion? You mean like feelings?
Exactly. Because in real conversations, people don't just communicate information, they communicate how they feel about that information.
Oh, so even if I understand the words, I might still miss the meaning if I don't catch the emotion.
Precisely. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine someone says, "That's great."
That sounds positive.
Now listen to these variations. "That's great." "That's great." "That's great."
Oh, wow, those feel completely different.
And yet the words are exactly the same.
So the real meaning comes from tone.
Yes, tone, stress, rhythm, all of it carries emotional information.
That explains so much. Sometimes I understand the sentence, but I feel confused about what the person actually means.
That's because you're hearing the words, but not the emotion.
Okay, this is interesting. How do we train this?
First, you need to start listening for feeling, not just language.
That sounds abstract.
Let's make it concrete. I'll say a sentence, and you tell me how it feels.
Okay.
Oh, nice. That's just perfect.
That doesn't sound happy. It sounds sarcastic?
Exactly. Now imagine you only focused on the words. You'd misunderstand completely.
Yeah, I think the person is happy.
And this happens all the time in real conversations.
So emotional listening is like a second layer of understanding.
That's a perfect way to describe it.
Okay, I want everyone watching to try this too. When you listen to English, ask yourself, how does this person feel?
Great question. Because that simple habit can dramatically improve your comprehension.
And honestly, it makes listening more interesting too.
It does, because now you're not just decoding language, you're connecting with people.
I love that.
Now let's go deeper. There are 3 main emotional signals you should pay attention to.
Okay, I'm ready.
First, stress. Which word is emphasized?
Like when someone says, I told you.
Exactly. That stress changes the meaning.
It adds intensity.
Second, pitch. Is the voice going up or down?
Oh, like when someone asks a question, their voice goes up.
Yes, but pitch also shows emotion, excitement, doubt, sarcasm.
Interesting.
Third, speed. Fast speed can show excitement or urgency. Slow speed can show seriousness or even disappointment.
Wow, there's so much happening beyond the words.
Exactly. And once you start noticing these signals, conversations become much clearer.
Okay, let's do a quick challenge.
I like that.
I'll say a sentence and you and everyone watching guess the emotion.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. That sounds great.
That sounds hesitant, maybe not genuine.
Yes, like the person doesn't really want to do it.
Perfect example.
This is actually fun.
It should be. Learning works best when it's engaging.
And if you're enjoying this right now, don't forget to subscribe to Talk Easy Daily, because we're going deep into real English, not textbook English.
Exactly.
Okay, I have a question. What about when people speak very casually with emotions, like laughing, joking, or even complaining?
Great point. That's where emotional listening becomes even more important.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Imagine someone says, "I literally waited for like an hour for nothing."
That sounds frustrated.
Exactly. Now imagine the same sentence said with a laugh.
Then it feels more like a funny story.
And again, the words didn't change, only the emotion did.
That's incredible.
Now here's a pattern interrupt, something surprising.
I'm ready.
You don't need to understand 100% of the words to understand 100% of the emotion,
Oh, wait, that's powerful.
because emotion is often clearer than language.
That actually gives me confidence.
Good, because confidence is a huge part of listening.
Yeah, when I feel nervous, I understand less.
Exactly. Your brain tightens and processing becomes harder.
So being relaxed actually helps listening.
Absolutely. A calm brain is a fast brain.
That's such a good line.
And it's true.
Okay, let's bring the audience into this again. When you listen to English, do you focus more on words or emotion?
And if the answer is words, now you know what to start practicing.
Exactly.
Now let's combine everything we've learned so far into a short, realistic moment.
Okay.
I mean, I guess we could try it, but I'm not really sure it's gonna work.
Okay, the person sounds uncertain, maybe a bit doubtful.
Perfect. And even if you missed a few words, you still understood the feeling.
Yeah, and that made the sentence easier to understand overall.
That's the power of emotional listening.
I feel like I'm starting to hear English differently now.
That's the goal.
but I also feel like there's still something deeper we haven't explored yet.
You're right.
I knew it.
Because in the next part, we're going to take everything, patterns, prediction, emotion, and apply it to real-life stories.
Ooh, like full conversations?
Yes, stories that unfold with all the complexity of real speech.
Okay, now I'm excited again.
Good, because this is where everything comes together.
Let's go.
All right, now everything starts coming together. Patterns, prediction, emotion, all of it. But this time, we're not just analyzing sentences. We're stepping into real-life storytelling.
Okay, this is the part I've been waiting for, because real conversations are never just one sentence. They're like unfolding stories.
Exactly. And here's something important. When you listen to a story in English, your goal is not to understand every detail. Your goal is to follow the journey.
The journey. I like that.
Let's begin. I'm going to tell a short, natural story, the way a native speaker might say it. Just listen. So yesterday was kind of crazy. I was heading home after work, and out of nowhere, it just started pouring. I didn't have an umbrella or anything, so I ended up running into this little cafe just to wait it out.
Okay, I actually understood most of that.
Good. Now tell me the story in your own words.
You were going home, it started raining heavily, and you went into a cafe to wait.
Perfect. That's exactly it.
That felt surprisingly manageable.
Because you focused on the story, not the individual words.
Yeah, I didn't panic when I missed small parts.
And that's the key. Now let's continue the story, but this time it gets a bit more natural, a bit more emotional. And honestly, I wasn't planning to stay long, but then I started talking to the guy behind the counter, and we just kind of got into this really interesting conversation about travel.
Okay, so now there's a new element. You met someone and started talking.
Exactly. Now notice the phrases. I wasn't planning to. We just kind of got into.
Yeah, those feel very natural, like things people say all the time.
And once you hear these patterns repeatedly, they become easier to recognize.
It's like building familiarity.
Exactly. Now let's take it further. Turns out he had been to like 10 different countries, and he was telling me all these crazy stories, and I completely lost track of time.
Ooh, I like that phrase. Lost track of time.
It's very common. And again, even if you didn't catch every word, you can feel the meaning.
Yeah, he was so engaged in the conversation that he forgot about time.
Perfect.
This actually feels like watching a movie in my head.
That's exactly what good listening feels like. Visual, emotional, connected.
Okay, I want to pause and ask everyone watching. Are you picturing the story as you listen?
Because if you're not, try it. Turn words into images.
It makes such a difference.
Now let's finish the story with a small twist. By the time I realized, the rain had stopped, but I almost didn't want to leave. It was one of those unexpected moments that just makes your day.
Aw, that's actually really nice.
And now, here's the important question. Did you understand the feeling of the story?
Yes, it felt warm, kind of spontaneous and meaningful.
Exactly. That's full comprehension. Not just words, but experience.
This is starting to feel less like studying and more like living the language.
That's the goal.
Okay, but I want to challenge myself a bit more. What if the story is faster or messier?
Great question. Let's do a slightly more complex version.
Okay, I'm ready.
So I was supposed to meet a friend for dinner, right? But at the last minute, she texted me saying she's running late, and I'm already there, starving, trying to decide if I should just order or wait.
Oh wow, that felt more real and slightly chaotic.
Exactly. Now tell me what you understood.
You were meeting a friend, she was late, and you were hungry and unsure what to do.
Perfect again.
I didn't catch every word, but I got the situation.
That's what matters.
And I noticed something. I focused on keywords like friend, late, hungry, wait.
Excellent observation. That's exactly how fluent listeners operate.
This is actually working.
Of course it is.
Okay, I want to ask something deeper. Why do stories feel easier to understand than random sentences?
Because stories have structure, beginning, middle, end. Your brain is naturally wired to follow narratives.
So storytelling is like a shortcut to understanding?
Yes, it gives context, emotion, and direction.
That explains why movies and podcasts are so effective for learning.
Exactly.
So if someone wants to improve listening, they should focus more on stories?
Absolutely. Real conversations, podcasts, interviews, anything with narrative flow.
Okay, quick challenge for everyone watching. Try listening to a short English story today, and instead of focusing on every word, just answer this. What happened?
That's a powerful exercise.
And come back and tell us in the comments what you understood.
We'd love to see that.
And if this episode is helping you, share it with someone who struggles with listening, because honestly, this could change how they learn.
Now, before we move forward, I want to introduce one final deep concept.
Okay, I'm listening.
Listening is not just input, it's interaction.
Interaction? But I'm just listening.
Not really. Your brain is constantly reacting, predicting, imagining, connecting.
Oh, so it's an active process.
Exactly. And the more active you are, the better you understand.
That's such a powerful idea.
And in the final part, we're going to bring everything together into a complete system you can actually use every day.
Like a step-by-step way to improve?
Yes, simple, practical, and effective.
Okay, now I don't want this to end.
Don't worry, we're about to make it all stick.
Let's go.
All right, let's bring everything together. Because by now, you've seen the patterns, you've felt the difference, and most importantly, you've started to listen differently.
Yeah, I can actually feel that shift. It's like my brain isn't panicking anymore when I hear English.
That's the first big win. Not understanding everything perfectly, but staying calm and engaged.
Okay, so where do we go from here? Because I don't want to lose this progress.
Good. That's exactly why this final part matters. I'm going to give you a simple system, a way to practice listening every day without feeling overwhelmed.
I love that, because I think a lot of people know what to do, but not how to do it consistently.
Exactly. So let's make it practical.
I'm ready.
Step 1. Exposure. Every day, listen to real English, not textbooks, real conversations.
Like podcasts, maybe Talk Easy Daily?
Exactly. Or interviews, YouTube videos, anything natural.
Okay, that feels doable.
Step 2. Focus on meaning, not words.
That's the big mindset shift.
Yes. Always ask yourself, what's the idea?
Not what's every word.
Exactly.
I think that alone can reduce so much stress.
It does.
Okay, what's next?
Step 3. Predict. Before the sentence finishes, guess what's coming.
Right, staying ahead of the conversation.
Yes, it keeps your brain active.
And makes listening feel like a game.
Exactly.
I like that.
Step 4. Notice patterns. Common structures like, I was going to, but, I thought, but then.
Yeah, I've started hearing those more already.
Good, because patterns are your shortcuts.
This is starting to feel like a system I can actually follow.
That's the goal.
Okay, keep going.
Step 5. Listen for emotion.
Tone, stress, feeling.
Exactly, because meaning lives there.
That one really surprised me.
Most people ignore it, but it's powerful.
Okay, last step.
Step 6. Interact. Don't just listen. Pause, repeat, react, think.
Like asking myself questions while listening?
Yes, or summarizing what you heard.
That makes it active.
Exactly.
Wow, that's actually a complete system.
And it's simple enough to use every day.
Okay, I want to ask something important. What if someone feels stuck, like they're not improving?
Then they need to check one thing. Are they practicing actively or passively?
Because passive listening doesn't really change much.
Exactly. It feels productive, but it's not enough.
So the key is engagement.
Always.
Okay, I feel like this is the moment where everything clicks.
That's what we've been building toward.
And if you've made it this far, seriously, that already says something about you.
It does. It means you're committed.
And you're ready to improve.
Exactly.
So let's recap quickly.
Good idea.
Don't chase every word, focus on meaning.
Use prediction to stay ahead.
Recognize patterns.
Listen for emotion.
Use context.
And stay active.
That's actually powerful when you put it all together.
It is. And here's the truth. Your listening doesn't improve overnight.
But it does improve when you train it the right way.
Exactly.
Okay, I want to say something directly to you watching right now.
Go ahead.
If you've ever felt like English listening is too hard, or that you're just not good at it, I hope this episode changed that belief.
Because the problem was never your ability.
It was your approach.
And now you have a better one.
And honestly, I feel excited to practice now.
That's the best sign.
Because when learning becomes enjoyable, it becomes consistent.
And consistency is everything.
Okay, before we end, let's connect with the audience one more time.
Yes.
What was the biggest insight you learned from this episode? Was it prediction, patterns, emotion?
Drop it in the comments. We read them all.
And if this helped you even a little, share this video with someone who needs it.
Because you never know who's struggling with the same thing.
And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe to Talk Easy Daily.
Because we're here to make English feel easier every single day.
And honestly, this didn't feel like a lesson.
What did it feel like?
Like a conversation that actually changed something.
That's exactly what we aim for.
Okay, I guess this is the end.
Or just the beginning.
I like that.
We'll see you in the next episode.
See you soon.
And remember,
You don't need perfect English.
you just need better listening.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.